The time has finally come, everyone. I have been getting comment after comment after comment to react to Boy Next Door, Earth, Wind, and Fire. And I am here today to react to this video to make all of you very, very happy. So today is a special day. Without further ado, let's get right into it, guys. See what we got here. Now I gotta say, I've heard some sick things about the editing on this video. So with the first few seconds, it already looks like it's gonna be good. So we're gonna have to see what is in store for us. But the first frame, I don't know if that's like, it reminds me of the TARDIS flying from Doctor Who. You know, the scenes, they would always have the TARDIS just flying through space or flying through the city with the green screen and all that stuff. So that's what that kind of reminds me of. I'm not too sure. This might be just be like a 3D animation. So they probably just made it and like 3D animated it, and then they keyframe it, make all the animation, have motion blur in the back. It could also be stop motion. I'm not entirely sure. That's sick. That is really sick, guys. Let's keep going. Whoa. Okay, that was pretty sick. This set is weird. It's cool. It's like, typically with editing, you can use these things as like to track in the scene. So there's ways to get rid of these like, little things with like key light effects. It's called compositing, where you can basically like remove and isolate different parts of the image and stack images on top and videos on top of other videos. But with these things, you'll see these a lot behind the scenes with like film, music videos, any kind of like production set, basically they'll have them. And what it allows you to do is you take like a little tracker in your editing software, you grab a circle, and then you could just track it basically. So when the scene is moving, you could put things in the, in the scene. And it's really cool. You can put like objects and then animate them so they follow, like for example, that object right there. So what they probably did was track the scene so it looks like it's in the scene, and then on top of that they animate it to make it look really, really sick. Little keyframe animation tutorial right there. Okay, let's get into this. Camera tilt was sick too. Now these are really hard to do. Obviously this is most likely a green screen, but sometimes you have to be so careful. Like I've used white scenes before. You get something called color spill. Sometimes with the green screen, you'll get like green like outlines, and they did a phenomenal job. You don't even see like any color spill. They could also roto brush the subject, which is kind of like isolating them. That's a way to get them out of the scene. You can mask them, but masking it's not the ideal way to do it. So when you roto brush, you basically like select your subject. That's one way you could do it. You could use a green screen, which is the easiest. Then you just adjust the settings, key them out. And then to me, it looks like, I don't know if it's a robotic camera just going to the side for each character, and then they speed ramp it maybe. Yeah, it looks like to me, they're kind of like time remapping the scene where they're speed ramping it. What they probably did was they filmed it in a certain speed, like a really high frame per second FPS. I cannot talk right now. And then you up the speed basically, and then they slow it back down to normal speed. So they go fast, slow. And then that's one way they could have went about it. They could have also just taken the camera and just like had a robotic camera just going like really fast. I always think it's so cool how they utilize like blue screens, green screens, and like so many music videos. It's such a cool concept to me. And sorry to interrupt. We're going to get right back to the video and I'm going to stop talking so much. But actually a fun fact, in 1933, that's kind of when they started using like green screens, blue screens. It originated from a blue screen. And the reason they started with blue screens was mainly because it was like a color that humans, it didn't match the skin color or like colors that humans wore, I guess, as much back in the 1933s. So it started as a blue screen, but then green screens became more and more popular throughout time. And now we're here and green is the ugliest color for most people. My friend's favorite color is green, so he's gonna hate me for that. I like white and yellow. My friend was like, I told her basically like yellow is my favorite color, and she was like, bro, that's the color of piss. And I'm like, nah, yellow's a good color, guys. I don't care what anyone says. It's a fire color. But yeah, there's actually like a lot of history to the green screens. It's and blue screens. It's sick. There's red screens and whoa. Holy crap! Ah. the vocals. Okay. Dude, the vocals are going hard right now. That is incredible. So we get close up with like a camera. There's obviously like a background. Oh, what the heck? Yo, that's sick. So most likely this is like a green screen right here or some kind of, I don't know. This could be the real background. It could be in the set. But one way you could do this is there's a green screen, you key them out, and then you have a background. You push that background in 3D space, and then these clouds, they make them into like animation. You 3D track the scene, and then you, instead of having like your background, you push it further away from the background. It gives it more depth to the images. So now you can do like really cool things with like techniques with the cameras and animating. I'm not too entirely sure if that's what they did. They could have just had it in the set. Yeah, this could be real. It could be fake. If anyone knows, leave a comment. I'm kind of curious actually, because there's a few different ways I would make this scene. That is really cool. And the grungy like jean texture in the background is sick. I really appreciate that. That's like some kind of infrared light. I think they had that in the Jimin music video. Yeah, it was in a Jimin music video. I forgot the name of it. I haven't listened to that song in it's been a hot minute, guys. There's effects for that. I don't think it's invert, but there are certain effects that like Pseudo color. There's certain effects you could use like plugins to get that look, and then you just slap it on, or you could like customize it and stylize it yourself. I'm not too entirely sure how to make that, but that is a really cool. I've seen plugin effects. You just slap it on and it looks like that. So that's really cool. And guys, most people are not gonna notice this. This is my little editing brain, like just popping out like a little mole. This is sick. This is like a grungy grit look background. To do these backgrounds, it's so much work. You have to like add like different kinds of like layers on top and find elements, use blending modes, and then you looks like you use different color corrections like levels to brighten it out in certain areas, and then you add grain, and a lot of work goes into grungy grit backgrounds like this, and it can take a long time, like for real. Oh, that is sick. Oh, that's such a good transition, my guy. And his voice. Ooh. Dude, they have this like cool pixel effect on him. Look at his skin. They have this like cool grid line effect. And then they use like a box blur, like a fast box blur, and they add like maybe some other effects on it. But it looks so cool. What the heck? Oh my god. The fact that my man is just dancing in the background. Look, he's like trapped in the mirror, just dancing in the back. That's such a clean touch, dude. I love that. So they did something here I would have done a little different, but that is so cool. So right here, they have him on top. So they probably had him sitting in front of a green screen, then they just put him in. I would have added like a tiny little drop shadow, but that's so cool. And then what they do is they start zooming in, they cut to another clip right there, and that's the second clip, you can see it. And then it looks like they're using radial blur to get that like hit blur effect. You could see like the edges. It's like going in kind of. It could just be a lot of motion blur, but I guarantee it's like some kind of radial blur on top of like a different blur as well. This is really well done. I'm really liking the dancing too. You know Team Rocket when they're flying off again? That's what that feels like to me. Like, it's so dumb. I like that. That's so cool, dude. That's so sick. And look at this background. This looks like a freaking Wallace and Gromit stop motion animated thing. There's so much technical work going into this. They're cooking. I'll hit that subscribe, you know? I already am subscribed. I'll hit that like then. And I like the cat. Any music video has a cat, Critic approved. Oh, that's sick, dude. No. No. Oh. God Guys, there's so much work going into this video. This is crazy. Y'all want to kill me showing me this. My brain is like, whoa, this is like, ugh, let's take a little step back. This is what I was talking about with compositing, where there's like images and videos on top of videos on top of videos and elements and so much like little details just going into every single scene that you don't even notice. Like, look at that hat. Look at that hat. That's a sick hat. Look at this shitty hat I'm wearing. This thing sucks. It's terrible. And this whole scene is just so well. It's like a Van Gogh painting, or I don't even know. And they're foreshadowing. They have the scene of the TV right there, and then they cut. Oh, they took it out. And then what the heck? They actually took it out, and then that's the next scene. Oh, and then that's some clean graphics, dude. This is just well made. This is really good. Oh, you know what I love too? Good attention to detail. The lightning in the back, every time it flashes, they have lighting on him. They could have done that in post or in the set. They could have had like a big light shine. Like every time they know they want the lighting, the director could have been like, bam, or they have like a light cue basically. So every time, yeah, that the director didn't say shit. The director had someone have a light, and they cue that light every time they want the lightning. They basically have the light flash, bam, bam, and then in editing, what they do is whenever the person's flashing, then they add the lightning and they try to time it like that. At least that's how I would go about doing that. They could have also basically just added some light to him. That's what I've done before in like tons of scenes with my clients. Like any kind of lightning thing, you just make it yourself, and then with the lighting, it doesn't look as organic, but it still looks really good. But this looks real to me. So, oh my god, bro, this is good stuff. Now that is sick. So creative. Oh, dude, like, I don't know if this is After Effects, but you can make a line and like, you know, do it like that. This is probably in like Blender or Cinema 4D. You can make lines like that in After Effects and extrude them. So you make like a shape and then you can extrude the shape to make it have more depth basically. But I don't think you can get it to look like as clean as this in After Effects. Like that's more 3D work. So I'm going to have to say this is probably like 3D done or something like that in Blender. Yeah, this is good stuff, guys. Or Maya. Maya is a popular one too for animation. They use it. I think they use that for Toy Story. So Maya's big in the field. Blender's more for games, I feel like. Not Blender. No. Yeah, Blender's more games. Cinema 4D and Maya are kind of at the top right now for animation and stuff like that. Holy. No, there's no way. They're tiny, dude. They're like, what in the heck? You know what would be really cool? I think they're called, I haven't seen them in a long time. I've only seen it in life one time. I think it's called a probe lens. Yeah, probe lens. So with little scenes like this, what they could have done is they could have green screened them. Obviously they're real. They green screen them or blue screen them, whatever you use, I don't know. And they put them in the scene. But then for all of this could be all props. I don't know if it's real or not, but it could be props. They could use like a probe lens. It's a little lens basically that you can get into scenes. They used it in a Stray Kid video recently. I forgot the name of it, but you can get into scenes. They use it for like stop motion and different kind of like little things where you have to get into like little tiny scenes that have like props and all of those kind of whatever set up. So I'm guessing this could be a probe lens, but also it could just be animated, the whole thing. Like this could be all fake. Holy crap, they did a lot of work. They changed the coloring of the background. Yeah, they added a lot of elements in it. Color grading, color correcting. It's all the lighting. Really good cameras. Yep, blue screens, and they use wind for his hair. This is a treat, ladies and gentlemen. We don't get a video this crazy. You know, we don't get videos like this. And there's the set with all the, okay, I thought that would be real. Yeah. So it looks like, yeah, all the stuff in the back is real. It's all props that were actually made. I'm not too entirely sure how big they were. This could be real or this could be fake, but it looks real to me, so I'm not too sure. Someone leave a comment down below if you know, but there could be, it could have been done for Pro Blends. It could have just been done where they shrink them down. They shrink the whole scene. I don't know. I think it's sick though. Really well done. We haven't really talked about Pro Lenses on this channel, I think. Yeah, see, that's the scene. This is all real right here. But then what they do is, you know, I don't even know. I don't think this is real. I think they either shrunk it down and then they just made the boys tiny, or they just got a really far away shot of the whole scene. Like, there's so many different ideas I have just in my brain. Oh my God, they're cooking. This is sick. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. But then, and you see those jump cuts that they do? That is so bizarre. I've never seen that. Well, maybe like once. They changed the camera too. That's so cool, dude. They're cutting between just like different, like they're zooming in. They just kind of jump cut the scaling of it. Like bam, bam, bam. That is so well done. I like that. It's a cool idea. And it goes really well with the theme too. That's a telephoto lens, I'm guessing. And then it looks like they cut to like a wide angle lens right there. You could tell. Look at the background compared to them. It looks significantly different. So this is more of, it looks like a wide angle lens to me. This is more of like a telephoto lens. Telephoto is more zoomed in. You can zoom in more and it looks more like to what we see, the natural human eye. A wide lens is basically what I'm using right now, where it's more wide. It makes your face a little more chubby. Stuff like that. I'm kind of surprised the wide lens doesn't make my face fatter though. Oh my God. I'm a tiny guy. I'm only like 125 pounds. I think something like that. I'm a tiny guy. I'm just a tiny guy. What can I say? I'm a tiny guy. Tiny guy just watching some K-pop music videos. There ain't nothing wrong with that. The spinning. Oh, they didn't change the color. There's no way. There ain't no way, man. There ain't no way. I'm not gonna shut up in this video because, like, there ain't no way. He was like flying in like a green. He was on like a green screen, or I don't even know. It might have been like a floating panel, and then they animated the whole thing, brought him into the scene. Oh, and then they add these like random lightning effects. This is so crazy. Then they cut and then they bring him into the next scene, and then wow, oh my God, oh my God. And then like they like take him, kind of like speed ramp him into the next shot of him, so you don't notice it. So it goes like normal, fast, slow. Oh my God, and just throw the shades on. That is the sickest. That is so clean. They actually got the glasses and they made it so they could rotate them in 3D space, and then basically, bam, they just put it on for the next shot. Like, I love transitions like that, where you crop out like a picture or something and then you just throw it in before the next shot's there, then you bring the actual shot in. That is so just, oh my God, I'm having a stroke. This is one of those videos I will talk a lot, and I apologize. Oh, the rap is going hard on this part. Why would you guys recommend this to me? Why would y'all do this to me? No, they did not. Okay, oh my God. They either used a freaking effect called CC Page Wipe. There's like plugin versions of it too that look a little better. They either use CC Page Wipe, and then basically you could like it's like flipping a page for like a background or like a picture. And then it looks like they added like other effects on it, like a turbulent effect, like a turbulent kind of warp effect. So you can warp the footage a little bit. And they might have even made a mask for it, added like more directional blur. Or these freaking guys they're geniuses. They could have had a big blue screen and then they take the picture, but then with the blue screen, they actually move the blue screen in the set. You would have to have the blue screen with the pluses on so you could track it. So then you track the thing moving, and then you put the picture onto the moving screen, because you can't just throw it on, it won't animate with it. Yeah, that's one way you could do it. Or they could have actually had this out as like an actual background picture for the background, and then they just move it. That's one way they could have done it as well. Dude, I have so many ideas. That's so clever. If anyone else knows like another way they could have done that, leave a comment. You know, I can't know everything just watching it for a second. If I really inspect it, I take like a little Batman thing and analyze it with my bat computer brain, then maybe I can like decide all the ways they do things. But I mean, I'm just a regular guy. I mean, this is a whole company. I mean, I can't think of everything. I'm not a wizard, guys. I'm not a wizard here. Yeah, there's just so many ways to go about one shot, and it's so well done. See, they do it right here as well. They could have used, it could be a 3D model, and they use something called warp. Warp is another effect I've used before to get something like that. So I really don't know. My heart is just... Oh. Dude, this rap is nasty. What the heck? Felt like I was in the Rudolph scene for a second with the, oh, what's the guy's name? No, the big abominable, what in the heck? This is so creative. This is such a cool stylistic, like even the little shine effects. That's so sick, dude. That's so sick. Oh, and they do the grainy look. I don't even know if this was shot on film or not. I don't think it was. I think they added it in post. There's some really cool plugins you can use to make that grain. You can make it yourself, or there's some really cool overlays you can add, or there's some sick plugins out there. I think there's one called Film Convert that you can use to get like a grainy look that looks just spectacular. But the way they just bring that next image in, they just throw it in, mask out that half, and then they have it take over the next shot. It's so clean. All of you that recommended this, you just like to see me get tortured, don't you? It's the funniest thing when I'm just freaking out about this damn thing, and it's just, god damn. Y'all just want to see me just die. This is crazy. I thank you. This is a good video. Oh, good dancing. Whoa, that was sick. Always got some moves. Yeah, this is probably real. This is probably like a blue screen again, and then I'm guaranteeing this whole part is real. I'm kind of curious. I want to find the thing. Ah, it's fine. I'll look later. Oh! Oh! You know what I was thinking of? These freaking sounds that I make when with the editing. Like, any other person that was outside of the room, they would think I'm doing something else. Like, oh, that's crazy to say, bro. Like, I'm just a man reacting to some editing. That's all I'm doing here. Okay, just. The cutouts, that's so creative. They put it, so I'm guessing what they do is they put it in 3D space. So They could have had him as a video, but they freeze framed him, put him in 3D space. They put an image behind him in 3D space, and then they put images in front of him in 3D space, front of him 3D space, and then they take a camera, basically, like a 3D camera in the scene. Then you can just move the camera, or you could just move the images, but it's better if you have like a 3D camera and it looks more, it's like a way to you're simulating like a 3D camera scene in After Effects, and you can get some really cool animations and looks, and there's some cool things you can do with it. You can get depth with it as well, like motion blur. It's basically simulating a camera. Oh my god. My brain's hurting. This is so cool. This is so cool. The color grading changed for the lighting before. Guys, I'm telling you, like, I'm sorry I keep pausing, but just to make this one shot, you have to get a really good camera shot of him first, and then you have to add elements. You have to color correct it. You have to color grade it. You have to 3D track the scene probably, so you can add things in so it looks like it's actually in the scene. And then they add stars in the scene, moving behind him. You have to roto brush him or mask him out. And then they add stars in, different overlays. Looks like they had a light in the scene. It could be real. Yeah, because it looks like it's actually on him. So they could have had some kind of light in the scene, or they could have added it in post. And then, what the heck, dude? This is like, oh, wow, dude. They could have just made different masks, changing the colors of it. They could have offset the colors as well. It looks like an RGB effect, kind of. My guy. This music video deserves an award. What in the heck? That was really, really good. Again, I'm sorry I talked a lot. Some videos I talk a little too much. Some videos I don't talk enough. And I kind of try to mix it up. This is one of those videos that I had to talk. I had to yap and yap and yap. Out of curiosity though, all of you watching, what kind of videos do you prefer? Do you prefer the videos where I like really break it down? Do you prefer the videos where I break it down a tiny bit? And then I talk about other things and elements? What kind of format do you all like is what I'm trying to say. Like I try to do different formats. I have like different videos too, but I'm just curious what y'all like so I can, you know, make my content better and evolve as a content creator, because that's always a good thing to do. It's my duty. But yeah, I just need to process what just happened. That was incredible. Like that, I just was bestowed upon a masterpiece. Just